Good morning, RV Nation. Starting this morning off like I do most mornings here at Picasso Auto Spa. Woo-wee, RV Nation, it has been a rough morning already. And it's barely past noon and my day is over. Time to head home and get some editing done. Okay, gang, I've got to be honest. I got home today from work and absolutely crashed. I haven't gotten much done today, but I am going to jump into my computer here in a second and do some research on some of the safety gear. So with that being said, let's take a look at the board now. We've got July 3rd is gone. Today is July 4th. We're going to research safety. And safety gear is really important. One of the first things that I'm going to look at is TPMS. We've looked at it before. We've looked at some of the tire pressure monitor systems. I've read some of Chris G's stuff. He's done some research on that, and I'm going to look at some of it online and look at some more of the gear. We also looked at a little bit of that when we were down in Quartzsite, this past Quartzsite RV show. So I am going to look at some of that stuff. I'm also going to look at some of the safety steer stuff and some of the sway bars and things like that. We've got an older coach. It's a 2006 Fleetwood Flare, so it's an older coach. Now, I'm not afraid of that stuff. That's one of the reasons we went with an older coach. Has a bunch of miles on it. Is that I'm a pretty good mechanic, so I wasn't too worried about having to do some repairs as far as motor, transmission, and stuff like that. And if you guys have seen the one video we had on the throttle body issue, little minor things like that I'm going to be able to handle anyways. So the installation of safety steers and sway bar systems and the TPMS and all that kind of stuff, I'm going to be able to handle no problem at all. So let's jump inside my computer here and take a look at some of the stuff that's available to help you with the handling performance of not only an older coach but newer coaches as well. So let's check it out. Okay, gang, so one of the first things that we wanted to look into is the safety steering control. Now, there's a Safety Plus, and Roadmaster also makes a steering stabilizer. Safety Plus is one of the ones that I'd done a little bit more research on. They have a motorhome fit guide here. You can scroll through on the Fleetwood. We have a Fleetwood, but we actually go down into the Ford chassis and come down into here, and I can see that the actual stabilizer is 41,140, and then they have a bracket for it as well. So I come over here to Amazon, and you can see the safety bracket is about $67, and the Safety Plus, you go to 41,140. And you can see that that's around $463 for that. Now, some people might say that's awful expensive. It's over $500. When it comes to safety stuff, gang, this isn't where you want to skimp and try to, discounted stuff. And yeah, I can get this part for $120 or $200 or whatever it is. Now, if you go get the same piece on eBay, great. But finding stuff that's really cheap to be a safety device seems counterintuitive to me. So in that respect, I'm going to go with some of the better stuff. Now that one's United Safety Apparatus, so that's not even the Safety Plus. It might be. I might have to go scroll through here for some reason, but it's probably not. The other one, Roadmaster, does make a steering stabilizer as well. So I'm going to look at Roadmaster because I know the Roadmaster stuff is really good, and this is I believe actually this is the bracket that I need. So here, the steering stabilizer is really inexpensive with Roadmaster, $150 there. But I know Roadmaster is good stuff. They make a lot of towing things. They make great equipment. And so they've been around a long time. They've been doing this, the steering, stabilizing, and sway control for a very, very long time. So, not so against looking at that. The other thing that we've been looking at are the TPMS systems, and that's the tire pressure monitor systems. Chris at Chris Travels actually did he's got a great video on the TPMS stuff. So again, we're going to come in here, we're going to look at some of the TPMS, we're going to do some research on that, and I'll do that offline when I'm not just recording video so that you guys don't have to watch all that garbage. But TPMS, every time I stop the coach, I get out, or almost every time I stop the coach, I get out and I use a mallet and I hit every single tire so that I can feel that tire pressure. And that's a habit that I gained when I was driving trucks. And it just allows me to check the tire quick without having to check air pressure in every single tire. I can go, okay, that felt a little soft, I better check the air in it. If I hit it and it just doesn't have that right thud to it, I can tell immediately that it needs to have air. Tire pressure monitor system, it just allows you to have that information at your fingertips all the time. So there's a lot of different systems out there. I'm going to look at some of the stuff again on Chris G's site or Chris Travel site and Chris and G. I think he has the Easy Tire pressure monitor system. So six sensors. You want to have something that if you have a tow vehicle, that you can put the TPMS on the tow vehicle as well. And that's probably going to require some kind of repeater where you have, because a lot of this stuff is either through Bluetooth or wireless, and because of the length of your coach and stuff, you're probably going to have some kind of repeater to send the signal from the very back of the vehicle and your tow vehicle up to the front of your coach where your actual monitoring system is. Now the other thing that I'm going to look at are the sway bars. And let me see, I think Roadmaster, you'll see that I use, they don't have the picture, but that might be the system there. I'm going to have to check on the Roadmaster site. Normally what I do is I will do a Google search for something, then I will come back to good old Amazon to purchase it. Now the sway system is going to look very similar to this right here, either this or this. That stops that, like where the coach lumbers and kind of like rocks back and forth. That helps do that. I'm also going to look into what's called the CHF, the cheap handling fix, and you'll see that online, and if I do that, I'll record that as well, where you tighten up the suspension that you already have. There's actually extra notches in your suspension that will allow you to tighten up what you already have to make the coach handle better. So I'm going to look into that. Some people say it puts too much strain on the factory system. I don't know if I agree with that. And so I have to replace a few bushings and things like that while I'm in the process of doing it. I'll put new bushings in anyways, and then it's not going to make that much of a difference. So the sway control helps that. It helps that sway where the coach is just lumbering back and forth. So when it's windy, the Safety Plus, the safety steering, is safety stabilizer, also helps that, but it helps more in the case of just always fighting the steering wheel when the road is kind of like pushing your coach around, and in the case of a front tire blowout where you've seen issues with coaches. I'm sure everybody's seen that video online where the coach blows out a front tire and then goes crashing into the median. That stuff can happen. If you're not ready for it and you try to overcorrect, you can have that issue. So the safety steer allows you to maintain control of the vehicle during a front tire blowout. Very, very important to me. And then again, the TPMS, just make sure that doesn't happen. If you know that your front tire is low and that it's starting to heat up, you're also going to know that it's time to pull over before you have a tire blowout. So the TPMS also helps that in that respect. So that's what we're looking at as far as the safety items, gang. It's July 4th. I'm going to go do some July 4th stuff. Okay, gang, so that's it on the safety stuff. And yeah, we're going to go enjoy some July 4th stuff. I don't think we're going to do fireworks and things like that, but kick back and relax a little bit. So hopefully that video gives you guys a little bit of an idea of what you guys might want to look at as far as safety gear. Nothing more important than keeping you guys safe in the coach. So that's it, gang. Thanks for watching. And 61 days to go now. Can it happen? Yeah, it's going to happen. We'll get it done. I have Lori on my side, so that's a good thing. All right, guys, take care. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Keep up to date on the other stuff that we're doing, and we'll see you again very, very soon in another video. Take care.